Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to see if we can get to one of the last steps in making these bagels. Earlier in the day, we had a video with our sponge, right? I think in the earlier video we said it was 4 o'clock, but it was actually 2 o'clock that we finished at. You can see now a lot of bubbles are here. You can see that not only are the bubbles larger than when we started, but also the volume is also raising. We're going to take this saran wrap up here. And I wish we had smell-o-vision for you, but we don't. We could smell this. It's working. At this stage, the size of these bubbles, anything bigger than this is going to pop and your sponge is going to fall. We don't want that, okay? So around this area is what time we need. So today we started this at 2, right? And it's coming up to 10 now. So yeah, a couple hours to let it rest and develop. Okay, so I'm going to start you off with your hardware, what you need to finish this stage of what we're doing. Okay, you're going to need some kind of spritzer. Well, you can do it by hand if you dip your hand in water and do it, but I use a spray bottle. You're going to need some cornmeal. Okay, that has a nice coarse ground texture. Okay, you don't want the fine one, you want the coarse. It helps the dough not to stick to the pan. Of course, you need a scale. We're going to be weighing our dough at 80. You need a plastic scraper and a dough divider. Okay, you could probably use a knife instead, but this makes it easier. It's a little safer. I have a 45-liter garbage bag. It's new. Okay, I didn't recycle. Okay, you want to get a new one. Okay. New 45-liter garbage bag, and then a pan that's going to fit in your refrigerator. Okay, we're not actually going to bake on this pan, but we need to hold the dough overnight on this pan, so it needs to be able to fit in your refrigerator. Okay, so that's the hardware you need. Talking about materials, of course, you need your sponge or your starter. Then we have 5 grams of yeast. We have 6 grams of malt powder, 28 grams of brown sugar, 18 grams of salt, and then we also have 540 grams of bread flour, plus a little for dusting our work surface. Okay, so
これ日本にな
Moltz, maybe. Moltz powder.
枠が
Moltz.
モルツ
Yeah, Moltz.
ビールのモルトじゃないよ
It is the same actually. Yeah, but yeah. Okay, we're gonna get started. So what we're just gonna do is add everything to our flour. Okay, so we add our yeast to our flour. And we add our malt in there as well.
なくてもいいの
Not to.
Is that okay without it?
Without. You could, yeah.
What's
but
the difference?
The flavor is gonna be different, and
Flavor だってさ
and the browning. That helps it to brown a lot better than without.
きつね色に焼けるらしいです
Okay, so yeah, you could do it without malt. You don't need the malt. If you weren't going to use malt, what I would do is take that brown sugar
なかったとしたら
and maybe increase that maybe two more grams.
ブラウン
And
シュガーをちょっと増やすかな
if you have molasses,
モラセス
add about
ますますないでしょ
5
日本にはない
grams of molasses to your brown sugar. That'll kind of, that's a
要する
maybe
に
good
黒
substitute.
蜜ですねモラ
But we have malt, so we're not going to do that.
OK
Okay, then we have our sugar and our salt.
3温糖かなブラウンシュガーはね
What I like to do is malt these salt. Before I add the salt, I like to get a little mixture, mix it up here. The salt's not going to kill your yeast, but
塩を入れる前に
it's good to mix.
ミックスしましょ
I was raised thinking that salt will kill the yeast. I've since found that to be untrue, but bad habits are hard to break. So brown sugar goes in there, right? Mix that in. Then I'll salt. Usually I put the salt last. Okay? You don't have to worry about breaking up the chunks too much because when we mix, it's going to be broken up anyway,
うもう
right?
一回レシピに Okay.
Okay, then now salt goes on there.
Right.
Okay. Just as a side point, I usually don't weigh this stuff out like this. I usually do it in one bowl, but because we have guests, I do it like that. All right, let's go into the sink. Then we're gonna grab our plastic scraper here, and we're gonna add everything all at once right into here. You can see that this is like a kind of wet. Some people call this a poolish kind of starter. I don't know why. It doesn't look like a pool, but
P-O-O-L のプール
pool-ish, yeah.
Poolish.
So but maybe because it's loose. So we'll add everything all at once. Okay. And the rest is just kneading, like we showed you in our first video. Okay. Okay, guys, we're done with our kneading here. This is our finished dough. Basically, it's ready to roll. As you can see, all my seams are on the bottom. I like to keep them there so we don't have too many disruptions. What we're gonna do, let's cut these at 90 grams. That's somewhere in between traditional bagel. It's not usually a little smaller, but the stuff we get nowadays in the city are quite big. Many people don't think that's a traditional, but so what we're doing, 90 grams is a nice little balance in between of those, okay? So your divider, what do you think? Can we get 90 grams on the first try? Let's see. 104. That's too much off, I think. Yeah, 88, 91, 90. All right, let's see if we can get a 86. Okay, we're down to our last our last dough ball. We didn't get a perfect 90 there, but it's okay. So I just want to show you what we do with when we have this leftover stuff here. This is 91, it's fine. So of course we can't have a little itty bitty bagel like that, right? So what we usually do is just try to divide that amongst the others that are there. Maybe 10 there. We usually use leftover. Okay. Then you're gonna take these guys, knead them just for 1 or 2 seconds. This part, you're dragging the dough on the surface of the table, and at the same time, you're going to be moving around in a circle. Okay? I think I put too much pressure on that one. Let's do that again.
手が大きいから見えないね
Sorry, my hands are so big. Put your seams on the bottom. Drag on the table a little bit.
それがよくわか
Yeah? Really?
る後ろはどうなってんの
All your seams are on the
Oh,
bottom.
okay.
Okay. Okay. Let's put pressure to it at one time. Okay. Pull back a little, tuck a little, pull, tuck, pull, tuck. Tuck under while you're pulling. Really, you just want to get all of your seams there on the bottom. Slow motion. Something like that, I think that's good. Okay, so we're finished docking these guys. So this cornmeal we're going to use, get your pan that you're going to go into the refrigerator with. This cornmeal is to keep it from sticking.
コーンミールトウモロコシの粉グリッツその辺に売ってると思うよ
Hey, that's our buzzer for our bread in the oven. Let's see if we can show you something else that we're doing here. Time out. Oh, that's a beauty. just out of the oven. Oh, yeah.
それはまた別の。
Oh, that's pretty. That's a pretty loaf. That's another recipe. Another day.
レシピね。バターつけて食べたい。
Butter or some olive oil with a little bit of salt. Okay, back to bagels. So that cornmeal is keep them from sticking on here. What you can do, you can put them pretty close together. On this pan, I'm gonna get 5 this way. Then one way you can kind of maximize space, if you have a lot of these, if you're doing a bigger batch, this batch is not so big, but what you could do is if you start from one side touching the pan, on the next row, start touching the pan here, and it'll give you this little space in between the two where you could kind of save some space if you wanted to do it that way. If that makes sense to you. Good. Your water here, these are going to be in the refrigerator overnight, so you don't want the tops to dry out. So just give them a little spritz.
これ100円ショップのだよね。
Yep, so we're spritzing these so that they don't dry out overnight in the water. Then we take our 45-liter bag, again, a new bag, right? Roll that down. And just set that in your bag like that. Bring the sides up. And you want to keep some air in there, but not too much. What about that? It's probably pretty good. You don't want the bag touching the surface of the dough at all.
ちょっと空気を入れて表面がビールに触らないような感じでこんな感じにして。
You don't have to tie it off. I usually don't. What I usually do is just wrap it with a rubber band here.
なんかで止めて。
Then say your prayers and go to sleep.
で寝ましょう。冷蔵庫に入れて。ってことは何時間ぐらい？
So tomorrow morning, I have work tomorrow, so they're not gonna come out early. I think I won't get into these until about tomorrow, maybe about 11, maybe. We'll have it for lunch tomorrow instead of breakfast.